Let's study 9th Standard ICSE English Literature, Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 7. Now, this scene is about Morocco's choice of caskets. It takes place in a room in Portia's mansion in Belmont. So, enter Portia with all her servants and even Morocco with a train of attendants. And the trumpets sound and the angels sing. Portia orders for the curtains to be drawn so that Morocco can see the 3 caskets. He has been advised about all the rules in some previous scene. And now he's ready to risk because he is sure he will win Portia. After all, he deserves her. That's what he feels. When he reads the inscriptions on the caskets, he reads it out aloud so that the audience can hear him. After all, it's a play on stage. First, he reads the inscription on the gold casket. It reads, "Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire." That means that there is something inside this gold casket which is desired by the masses. The silver casket's inscription read, "Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves." So if he were to choose the silver casket, he would get what he deserves. Now, when you write answers in the exam, you need not write in the Victorian English. You can write in simple English also, even these inscriptions. Unless if the question specifically asks what was the inscription, then you have to write it word to word and then explain it in the modern English. And then he read the inscription on the lead casket and he calls it the dull metal, which is a hint that he's not very keen on choosing that one. The inscription was very blunt. "Who chooseth me shall give and hazard all he hath." That means whoever will choose a lead casket will have to risk everything that he has. So Portia says that if you choose the right casket which has my portrait, then you would win the lottery of caskets and my hand in marriage. Now Morocco starts analyzing these inscriptions once again to make his decision. Now he starts reading them once again in the reverse order. So he starts off with lead. He reads the inscription again. "Who chooses me will have to risk everything that he has." He is quite flabbergasted with this. He wonders that lead being such a low metal, inferior metal, who would want to risk whatever he has for such a dull metal? He feels that a person is willing to risk everything he has for something worthy, not for lead. This clearly shows that Morocco is influenced by outward appearances. And as you know, external appearances can be deceptive. We should never judge a book by its cover. Next, he reads the inscription of the silver casket once again. He calls it a pure color, the color of virginity, purity, because white is associated with the color of the bride of the bride's dress which she wears on her wedding. And also white is the color of the moon, or the goddess of chastity, Diana. So silvery white casket is pretty attractive for the Prince of Morocco. And he's also impressed with the inscription. He feels, "I deserve Portia." So as per the inscription, if I choose that casket, I will get what I deserve. After all, we are equal in terms of our noble birth, our upbringing, our royal upbringing. But he also tries to be humble by saying that, what if I don't deserve Portia? Maybe Portia deserves somebody who has virtues better than mine. But then he stops himself and says, if I think negatively, I would never win Portia. So I think I should just settle on the fact that I do deserve her. So maybe I should stop right now and choose a silver casket. But then he says, let me just check the remaining casket one more time. And he reads the inscription on the gold casket once again. "He who chooses this will get what many men desire." And what many men desire is Portia. People have truly been coming from the 4 corners of the world to Belmont to win her hand for marriage. She's so popular because of her beauty, her intelligence. People have been crossing the oceans, the dangerous oceans, taking this voyage as if they're just crossing a creek. Princes and kings have been crossing the Arabian deserts with such a harsh weather with a smile on their face. And all to worship a saint's statue, that is Portia. She was worshipped by these princes and kings. They just wanted to marry Portia. So he felt then it's settled. I should definitely choose the gold casket because that should have such a precious person's portrait. There's no way we can have the portrait of Portia in the lead casket. Not even the winding sheet of Portia. Winding sheet is the cloth used to wrap the dead body of somebody. Not even the winding sheet could be kept in such a dull base metal like lead. And silver is good, but its value is 1/10 the value of gold. So definitely Portia's portrait would be in the gold casket. After all, he had noticed that in England there were some gold coins with an angel inscribed on it. So he feels that here we have an angel not inscribed on the gold casket but inside the gold casket. That's the only difference. So he was indirectly praising Portia as well. But Portia is not going to be influenced by this. In fact, she encourages him that if this is the right casket, then I'll be yours. She knows it's not the right casket. So Morocco chooses it. And when Morocco looks inside, he finds there is no portrait, but there is a skull. And in the eye socket of the skull, there is a paper rolled in. So he just removes it from the eye socket, and there is a message for him, which states that all that glitters is not gold. That he was a fool to have chosen gold merely because of external appearance. The inscription said that if you choose this, you will get what many men desire. But it is a fallacy, it is a mistake to run behind something which is desired by the masses. Many people have lost their lives in pursuit of gold and wealth. The message also stated that even if the tomb is made up of gold, still the dead body is decaying and there are worms under it. Also, Prince of Morocco was very brave and courageous. If he had an equal amount of wisdom in him, he might have made the right decision and he would have deserved Portia. After reading this, Morocco is saddened, but he accepts his defeat gracefully and he leaves without arguing as per the promises he had made earlier. And after he departs, Portia says, "Good riddance," and orders the curtains to be closed again for the next suitor who would come in the future.
Hi students, this is AJ sir. If you like this video, press the like button. If you would like to enroll for my online test series or online lectures, email me or message me on Instagram. Check the description for more information.